In the last session, we have seen about the zoom commands. Now there are some shortcut icons which are given in the standard toolbar for the same zoom operations. Now this is the standard toolbar, and in this, if you go with this mirror symbol, it is nothing but zoom real time. So you can go with zoom real time and you can perform the zooming operation. Better we'll create some objects here. Now let us go with zoom real time icon from the standard toolbar, select it and try to go for zoom in as well as zoom out. Then let me go with escape. Then we have the second icon which is given for zoom window. So you can go with directly this icon and pick two corners of the window so that you can zoom that area. And next one we have here zoom previous. Once again, if you go with zoom previous, it will give you the previous zoomed position. Let me go with zoom previous. So this was the previous position. Like this, these are the three icons which are given directly here in the standard toolbar. Then along with zoom, we have to learn about one more command that is called pan. And for pan, we have a shortcut command that is P. If you go with P enter, then immediately you are going to get a hand symbol like this on the screen. This is the hand symbol, and using the left button of the mouse you can click, hold and drag like this. It is going to pan the objects. Pan, it is just like scrolling. You can move the objects here, totally you can move the screen like this. This is called pan operation, and to come out of that you can go with escape. And for this pan, directly you can do it by going with again the standard toolbar. So this is the hand symbol, pan real time, select it and you can go for panning operation. Using the left button, again I am panning here. Or we have one more shortcut using the mouse middle button. If you click, hold and drag the mouse middle button, then also it is going to perform the pan operation. Click, hold and drag the mouse middle button, directly you can go for panning. So these are the three ways to go with pan. And one more shortcut we have in the same mouse middle button, that is zoom extends. If you double click the mouse middle button, then it will perform the zoom extends. Just you can double click the mouse middle button and go for zoom extends. So this is about the total zoom and pan. Now let us go with the actual method, that is grid. And to go with grid, let us try to work with this exercise. So here there is an exercise, and in this exercise is asking to set the limits as 0, 0, that is lower left, and upper right as 45, 45. Then is asking set the grid spacing to 1, that is x and y spacing we have to take 1 and 1. Similarly snap also is asking to go with 1, that is snap x spacing 1 and snap y spacing 1. Then draw all the below figures using line command, ortho, snap, and may use zoom commands also to zoom some area. Now you can learn about this use direct distance method and also use grid to draw these shapes. Now first we will see how to use the grid to create these objects, and then in the later sessions we will learn about this direct distance method. Now let us try to create this first one. So let me go with AutoCAD. First we will set the limits according to the given instructions. I am going to limits. Then lower left corner is 0, 0, so I am going to enter. Then upper right corner, let me choose as 45, 45. Then go with enter. In the last sessions I told that immediately after going with zoom, after going to limits, we have to go with zoom all. So let me go with Z enter, A enter. Then now we will switch on the grid and snap. Let me switch on the grid and let me switch on even the snap. Then according to the instruction, the snap settings and the grid settings should be 1 and 1. So let me go with grid settings, and to go with grid settings you can right click here on the grid, you can go with settings, or you can go with DS, which is the shortcut for drafting settings. So go with DS, and you can see here we got drafting settings dialog box where we have grid and snap. Now first we will go with grid. The grid spacing I am changing to 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Similarly, snap also I am changing to 1 and 1. Then we will go with OK. Now this is the grid according to the limits what we have given. Now I want to start the first figure from the top. So let me try to zoom the top portion. Slightly I am panning. Then I want to zoom this particular portion to create the first figure. So let me go with zoom window and let me pick 2 points around that portion. Now this is how it is going to be zoomed. Then we have learnt about the line. So let me go with the line to create the first figure, and the first figure is nothing but a rectangle, and the size of the rectangle is 13 by 8. So we have to create here a rectangle of 13 by 8. So let me go with the line. I am selecting here the line from the draw toolbar. Select the line tool. Then it is asking for the first point. I am picking somewhere here. Let me start from here. First I am creating a horizontal line on the top. So you can count 13 points to get the 13 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So now we can pick the second point. Then vertically we need a line of 8 units. So I can count 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now we can pick the second point here, the next point. Then again we have to create here a horizontal line by counting 13 points. Then again a vertical line of 8. And after creating like this, now we can go with escape. The line is created. Then you can pan it slightly so that you can place the rectangle aside, and then you can start the next figure, which is something like a H shape. And this figure can be created with the dimensions. Now here these are the dimensions. The overall is 13 and the middle gap is 5. So remaining will be 4 and 4. Then this vertical height is 9 and the middle gap is 3. So I can take the top one and bottom one as 3 and 3. Now let me go with once again line. I am starting from here. Then you can count vertically 9 units. Then horizontally we need 4. So you can count 4. Then vertically 3. Then horizontally we need 5 here. So you can count 5. Then you can go with 3. Then again you can go with 4. And again you can go with 9. Then again 4. Let us go with 4. Then let me go with 3. Then 5. Then 3. And again 4. Then go with escape. Our second figure is created. Then you can create a third one again with the same given dimensions. And what are the dimensions are not given here, you can assume those dimensions. For example, this is given as 6 and the middle one is given as 2. Then you can assume the top and bottom vertical lines as 2 and 2. And the overall distance is not given, so you can take the overall distance as 13. And this one you can take it as 6 and the remaining you can take it as 7. Or this you can take it as 7, the other one as 6. So roughly you can assume the dimensions approximately and you can try to create the objects. So all these are the figures which are given here, so you can try out these figures. So this is an example related with the grid method. And to create the next figure, again you can use the pan and you can zoom a specific area using zoom window. And after completing all the figures, if you want to set all the figures within the screen, then you can go Z enter, A enter. Again all the figures will be zoomed on the screen like this. So this is about the grid method. And when you are using the grid method, no need to go with ortho or no need to go with the O track. You can switch off all these options, just you can go with grid and snap. Go with grid and snap in on mode, set the settings, then count the points and create it. So this is about the first method, and about the second method we'll see in the next session.